Welcome back to another explainer. So, what does it actually take to turn a single human life into a literal billion-dollar global empire? Well, today we're deconstructing what is arguably the ultimate sports and business phenomenon of our entire lifetime. We're going to look way past the highlights, past the headlines, to really understand the true anatomy of an empire, the complete CR7 phenomenon. To even begin to understand the scale of what we're talking about, we've got to start with the sheer undeniable athletic achievement. 973. That's the number of official career goals Cristiano Ronaldo has scored as of early 2026. I mean, it's just a staggering figure, and it was built over a relentless 23-year professional career.
But, the athletic achievement, that's really only half the story. $1.4 billion. That is his confirmed net worth according to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. He's literally the very first footballer in history to reach official billionaire status. It highlights this absolute monumental gap between him and, well, pretty much all of his peers.
And then there's his digital dominance, 673 million. That's his current Instagram follower count. To put that into perspective, that is more than the entire population of North America. It gives him this organic, global reach that outpaces major corporations and, honestly, even entire nations.
So we're going to deconstruct this whole thing through 6 key pillars. First up, the ultimate ticking clock. Then, chasing 1,000 goals. 3, fueling the CR7 machine. 4, the global brand prism. 5, a billion-dollar business empire. And finally, number 6, a legacy beyond sports.
All right, let's dive right into Section 1, the ultimate ticking clock, the countdown to retirement.
Now, the era of this 41-year-old icon is officially drawing to a close. In a recent bombshell, Ronaldo confirmed that the 2026 World Cup with Portugal will absolutely be his last appearance at the tournament. He admitted that while he still feels sharp, his retirement from the game is coming, quote, really soon, likely within the next year or two. The ticking clock is officially counting down, guys.
Which brings us to Section 2, chasing 1,000 goals, the final milestone.
Because before he hangs up his boots, there's this athletic foundation and a historic milestone that just continues to drive him relentlessly on the pitch. He's chasing the mythical 1,000 career goals. And looking at his output across his most prolific clubs, the breakdown is just staggering. A mind-bending 450 goals during his 9 years at Real Madrid, 145 goals across 2 stints at Manchester United, and what's really incredible is his recent output, 129 goals and counting for Al Nassr and Saudi Arabia. It proves he's still a lethal finisher even in his 40s. Anatomically, this record reveals sheer physical versatility. He is absolutely not a one-trick pony. While his favored right foot accounts for 628 goals, he's also netted 185 with his left foot and an astonishing 157 with his head. That kind of aerial dominance and ambidextrous finishing over 23 years, well, that requires a machine-like physical vessel.
Okay, moving on to Section 3, fueling the CR7 machine, the daily routine.
Listen, maintaining elite physical performance past the age of 40 requires extreme discipline and a heavily calculated diet of over 3,000 calories a day. And what's really fascinating about his daily meal plan is the structure of it. While most of us just grab whatever is convenient, right? He eats 6 meticulously planned smaller meals spread throughout the day just to keep his metabolism and energy levels perfectly steady. I mean, can you imagine eating plain chicken and salad multiple times a day for decades? It's a constant rotation of simple, unprocessed foods, high-quality lean proteins like swordfish, cod, and chicken, mixed with whole grains and fresh grains. He is eating purely for function, literally treating his body like a high-end sports car. And, his discipline totally extends to what he drinks. He prioritizes purified and alkaline water, and he actively avoids regular alcohol and sugary sodas. I'm sure we all remember that famous moment at Euro 2020 where he literally removed 2 soda bottles from a press conference table and told the entire world to drink water. He actually lives by that rule. And why this matters for all of us is that it proves how uncompromising dedication to the absolute fundamentals, like daily hydration and clean fuel, really compounds over decades to create this unparalleled longevity.
So, Section 4, the global brand prism, beyond the pitch.
Now, physical discipline alone doesn't create a billionaire.
We really need to look at the academic framework that explains how this physical machine was transformed into a global, highly lucrative cultural product. To do this, we're applying Cafrara's brand identity prism. Basically, this is a classic marketing framework that separates any successful brand into 6 essential aspects just to understand its core identity.
It's actually wild to see how perfectly Ronaldo's actual life maps onto a corporate branding model. Think about it. His athletic physique sells his underwear and fragrances. His personality is commercialized through his famous Sue celebration. The culture he projects is all about relentless discipline. And his relationship with his combined 1 billion social media followers, well, that turns fans into active consumers. He is the ultimate living, breathing brand identity. The big takeaway here is that personal branding isn't just about what you post on social media. It's about aligning your physical habits, your culture, and your relationships into one totally coherent message.
This academic research really proves that CR7 is no longer just a sportsman. When a club like Juventus or Al Nassr signs him, they aren't just buying a striker. They're engaging in massive destination branding. He literally brings an entire media empire with him that instantly elevates the global visibility of entire leagues and, honestly, entire nations.
Next up, Section 5, a billion-dollar business empire, a blueprint for wealth.
So that brand prism we just talked about, that is the blueprint for real compounding wealth. Unlike most athletes who just sign endorsement deals and collect a flat fee, Ronaldo actually builds equity. He's simultaneously earning from multiple distinct industries. For example, he has a 50-50 joint venture for Pestanas CR7 hotels with properties in New York, Madrid, and Lisbon. He runs a gym franchise. He owns a 50% stake in Insparia hair transplant clinics across Europe. Oh, and he has highly successful fragrance and fashion lines on top of all that. And here's the thing. This empire wasn't some panic post-retirement plan. The blueprint was laid out early. He opened his first CR7 boutique way back in 2006 while he was still playing at Manchester United. He opened his first hotel in 2016. And in 2024, he launched a YouTube channel that hit 78 million subscribers in a matter of months, generating an estimated $10 million in ad revenue alone. All of this parallel building is exactly what officially pushed him over the billionaire mark in 2025. But the absolute masterstroke, that was his move to the Middle East. A lot of people saw his 2023 move to Al Nassr as a step down athletically, but commercially, it was pure genius. His recent $677 million contract extension includes a 15% equity stake in the club itself. Combine that with a lifetime Nike deal worth over $1 billion and Instagram posts that charge north of $2 million each, well, it gives him an unparalleled wealth generation machine that practically prints money while he sleeps.
Finally, Section 6, a legacy beyond sports, the philanthropist.
Yet, to really have a complete understanding of Ronaldo, we have to look at what he does with a portion of that immense wealth. His global reach allows for some massive charitable interventions. He actually auctioned off his own European Golden Boot for £1.2 million just to build schools. He auctioned a Ballon d'Or trophy for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. He regularly donates his tournament bonuses to charities like UNICEF and Save the Children, and he's even personally stepped in to cover life-saving surgeries for young fans. In an empire built on ruthless metrics and billion-dollar contracts, this is really the deeply humanizing core of a man who, honestly, often appears completely superhuman.
Which leaves us with this final thought to ponder. We've seen the 973 goals, the extreme diet, the corporate brand prism, and the billion-dollar business portfolio. As the 2026 World Cup approaches and the ticking clock winds down on his time on the pitch, we really have to ask, will any future athlete ever be able to replicate the exact cultural, physical, and commercial blueprint of CR7? Or are we witnessing a truly one-of-a-kind empire? Keep learning, stay focused, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.